Greetings, music lovers. Rick Ferguson, rickfergusonmusic.com. It's great to see you here. Thank you for joining me in my little exploration of one of my favorite keyboard-specific forms, the toccata. Iconic keyboard form. The toccata first, we believe, originated in northern Italy in the 16th century. Toccata, almost literally touch piece. I believe the Italian verb is toccare, to touch. And this is a form that developed specifically for keyboard instruments and also some plucked stringed instruments during this part of the Renaissance. We had in the 1590s some initial publications of keyboard music that came out of northern Italy, and the toccata was certainly represented in those publications at that time. And those are some of the first, I believe, printed copies of toccatas by various composers. I actually want to focus in this video on two very different ends of the toccata spectrum, because we've had the music that has developed from the late Renaissance, moving through the Baroque, to a certain extent through the Romantic period, and then, of course, in more contemporary times, composers such as Debussy, Ravel, Prokofiev, many others writing the toccata, keeping that form alive. But let's look at the earlier iterations of the toccata, some of its origins, starting in Venice with German composer Hans Leo Hassler, born in 1564 in Nuremberg, Germany, lived until 1612. I believe he died in Frankfurt, Germany at that time. Hassler, as a younger composer, was studying in Venice with the Gabrieli brothers, the Gabrielis, and he was introduced first to the toccata form, was absolutely enthralled with it, brought the toccata back with him to Germany, where then the toccata as a musical form structurally was really developed. And I want us to hear a performance of one of Hassler's toccatas. I have linked that performance. Here is the toccata on the fourth tone, performed by Leon Berben, the wonderful Hans Leo Hassler topic YouTube channel. Check that channel out. And Hassler gave this particular toccata a little bit of its own title. Ich ging einmal spazieren. Once I went a-walking. Once I went out for a walk. And so it's so beautifully played, and it's a very interesting example of this late Renaissance keyboard music playing. It's alternating in this particular toccata sections of slower homophonic melody and chordal accompaniment, lots of strummed chord effects, as you would find on a plucked instrument, with some polyphonic textures where we have at least two or more individual voices in conversation with each other, with some really quicker, wonderfully florid passages. So I would invite you to check that performance out. I've also linked a performance of a toccata by the late Renaissance and early Baroque composer, Italian composer, Girolamo Frescobaldi, born in 1583, lived until 1643. Frescobaldi, a real virtuoso on the harpsichord and transitional composer during this particular time period. We're going to hear a performance of his Toccata 3, performed by harpsichordist Sylvia Kind on a harpsichord modeled after that of one of my keyboard heroes, Polish harpsichordist, 20th century harpsichordist, Wanda Landowska. And Ms. Landowska had a custom-built harpsichord that could do just about anything, an incredible instrument. So you'll hear some very interesting sounds in this beautiful performance by Sylvia Kind. So I would invite you to check that out.
Thank you.
In Toccata 3 of Frescobaldi, he's combining in a very improvisational format. It's actually beautiful, the flexibility of the music, free imitation, florid passages, lots of florid passages, and really adventurous harmonies. So, you know, these are two, I think, really great examples of early toccata writing. And when Hassler brought the toccata back to Germany, it really culminated as a form in many ways in those toccatas by J.S. Bach, included in his organ music, but also music for the harpsichord. So these toccatas by Bach are absolutely wonderful. But let's move forward to one of my favorite toccatas, that by Georgian, Armenian, Soviet composer ARAM Khachaturian, born in, I believe, Tbilisi, Georgia in 1903, and he lived until 1978. This toccata is just a fascinating piece, and I enjoy it so much because it uses one of my favorite compositional devices. Yep, you guessed it, quartal harmony. And in this particular toccata, for the main sections, so you've got a quicker section at the beginning, this beautiful, brief, very melodic and rich espressivo section sort of in the middle, and then a return ending in that quick, driving rhythmic format that Khachaturian is so good at, just in terms of manipulating rhythm and developing rhythmic ideas. But it is the use of the fourth that he's working with. So, you know, he begins with just an explosion in the home key of B flat. And so setting that quintal idea into motion, but thematically, ascending fourth, descending fourth, wins its way all the way through this piece. Then you have a combination with the fours, major triad, different major triad. That begins to create some of this wonderful Khachaturian specific color that he has in his music. Also, the use of the half step for color finds its way all the way through this particular toccata, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. I want to draw your attention to this beautiful melodic line in the middle section. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that melody provides the basis for the middle section. Lots of driving rhythms, lots of really colorful harmonies, and if you listen closely, some really cool pedal effects with both the right and the left foot. I want you to hear my performance of the Toccata for piano by Aram Khachaturian. Please enjoy. Hope you enjoyed that and found it to be a captivating piece of music, or hopefully as captivating as I find it to be. It's been a long time friend of mine, and I really love it. I think it's a great piece. If you are not aware of Khachaturian's other really major piano work that firmly put him out in the lead of Soviet-era composers, his piano concerto. It is just an absolute beast of a piano concerto, and it takes so many of the coloristic elements in this toccata, and it really magnifies them, expands on them in this piano concerto. So if you're not aware of this concerto by Khachaturian, you should give it a listen. A lot of wonderful recordings out there. Great piece. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll take a little time and investigate other toccatas. If you don't know all the Bach toccatas, probably should listen to the Schumann toccata. I just love the Prokofiev toccata. The end of Pour le Piano by Debussy. There's that wonderful toccata. Le Tombeau de Couperin by Ravel. The toccata at the end of that. Poulenc has a really fun toccata. Lots of composers. So go on a little archaeological dig and see if you can find some toccatas, and let me know which toccata is your favorite. Please feel free to press the like button. Subscribe if you don't already subscribe. Thank you for being here, and let me know what you're interested in. I love doing these videos for you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.